See my baby nice and clean now? Now we're gonna have to do the other one. Look at all that dirt. We're about to get the Porsche taken care of, no worries. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. You know what, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Mercedes, my daily, that's a phenomenal daily. But as far as like my baby, if I gotta pick one that I would keep, one or the other, the Porsche, the Taycan over the S-Class, I'm taking the Taycan all day long. It's exhilarating, it's phenomenal. It just goes, it just does something to you, and this car is exceptionally engineered. But listen, I believe that you should be able to get any kind of car that you want to get also. I'm not limited to just these two. You know, at first I was thinking to myself, you know what, Anton, you need to have more of a minimalist lifestyle. But maybe that has more to do with the things that I have inside of my life and not necessarily the watches that I have or the cars that I have options to drive, right? Maybe it is, I don't know. But I believe in living life in abundance. And you see what my dilemma is, right? I go back and forth. I'm actually taking this out to get it washed because I didn't know, again, which car that I wanted to drive out tonight, because I go out networking every night, especially any day other than Thursday. I'm out in the streets because I got to do the Lapeef Let's Talk show. But any day other than Thursday, I'm genuinely always interested in building out a network, getting out, being able to meet different people and so on and so forth. But you know, the other side of the conversation is a lot of people don't believe that they can be successful. They don't believe that they can have the cars that they want. They hope that they can, but they don't believe it. But I've always believed that I was going to get everything and anything that I wanted, and I never even prayed for it. Like most people, and it's funny because most people pray for stuff. They pray for success. They pray for God to send them money. They pray to hit the lottery. They pray on their way to the casino that they're going to do well and all of that. And even when I go out and have fun, I'm just out to have fun. I don't pray for that stuff. I pray for character. I pray for the ability to be able to handle it. I pray to never love it, because I don't want to love money. I want to use it as a tool in order to be successful. But most people that wind up not being able to, or not getting to the levels that they're supposed to be in life, is really from three reasons. The first reason is because they run in the victim Olympics. They've been conditioned by their parents, by the people that surround them, by the echo chambers that they surround themselves by. I like to call them incels for poverty. A lot of times people like to attach the word incel to people that are mad at women because they can't get women and things like that. But how can we really be able to identify this and call it out for what it is? It's like an incel for poverty. It's people that want to be successful, wish they were successful, would have a completely different mindset if they were successful, but aren't successful because they have the wrong perspective. And it's not the only thing that's preventing them from being successful, but they got the wrong perspective about what money means or what success means. And so they'll demonize other people, or they'll say it's the white man that's holding them down, or, you know, the system is set up against you even though you'll go to jail 50 times in your lifetime. All these things that's actually not true. It's not accurate. It's not real. It's not something that you should ever lean on. And the fact that you are leaning on it is more of a reflection of who you are than any other thing that's preventing you from getting there. And so the first thing that you have to do, honestly, is you have to divest yourself from people that you're around that help you to believe that something or someone is holding you back. If you are in the United States of America, there is nothing holding you back except you. It's not your environment. It's not your circumstances. Let's assume that you grew up in a poverty-stricken household, which most of us have, or you grew up in a bad environment and so on and so forth. But you're watching this video right now. You have technology, you got a phone, you got every tool that you need, free libraries. Biden is handing out victim Olympics, forgiveness and everything like that. There is nothing that's preventing you from being successful except for you. The second reason why people wind up getting themselves in a bit of a jam and a pickle is because even when they do start stuff, they don't finish it. They don't have the endurance to really be able to get to the space that they're supposed to be in because they're so busy looking all around, or they don't believe that they're going to be, or I give you the one that I hear more often than not. It's going to take too long, or I don't have time. You ain't got nothing else better to do. What else do you have to do except for grind? Listen, rich people don't have nothing to do except for grind. That's what they do. That's what they do for a living. Listen, their job, they're not identified by the position that they hold in whatever company or whatever business that they have. They identify themselves as serial entrepreneurs because that's what they do. They open up businesses, they grind, they work, they push themselves. They have a certain different or a different type of mentality that allows them to propel themselves much further than everybody else, or to endure long enough to get to anything. And anything you do, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's business, I don't care if it's money, I don't care if it's fitness, women, whatever it is, sales, corporate America. The biggest obstacle for other people, or for people in general that are going through this thing, is that you have to actually stick with it long enough to get good at it. Basketball, sports, shooting that jumper is repetition. It's all repetition. It's all just doing it long enough to actually do something different. And so we'll embrace the thing that's not bad for us for a very, very long time, but then we want the results or the rewards that come along with changed behavior immediately. And that's not realistic. It's not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. You can forget it. That's not life. Dang, there's a lot of police officers over there. That's not a good look. It's not life. And so if you want something, you're going to actually endure long enough to get it. And whenever you want to filter out the people that's built for it, all you got to do is make the barriers to entry a little bit higher, and then a little bit higher. It ain't going to be a whole lot of doctors, because very few people can actually go through med school or go through what it takes in order to be a doctor. Most people think that they're not smart enough, and that's not true. You just don't have the endurance it takes in order to be successful, and that's a fact. And then the third thing, and not the ultimate final thing, but these are the main things, is that you don't have the mentality, right? You think like a negative person. You're expecting the worst. I hate when people say, it's a saying. It's like, work for the best, prepare for the worst, or expect the worst. No, I'm preparing for the best. And the only thing that I care about is plan A. Ain't no plan B. Ain't no back plan or nothing like that. Now, I understand, obviously, because you can't apply it to everybody. And people that like to look for nuance in order to make an excuse as to how they can't be successful. Again, your mentality. They'll use it and they'll say, "Hey, Anton, you said that make sure that you get a degree so that so you have something to fall back on." No, I'm telling you to get a degree so that you can fund your dreams. I'm saying that you can do more than one thing at one time. Now, the extra benefit that comes along with getting a degree, not in something basket weaving or something like that, is that you also will never be broke, because you'll always have something to fall back on. But that wasn't the objective. The objective was to get to the bag. Plan A was to get to this bag so that we can then use that as leverage to be able to push ourselves to be even greater and do greater things. Plan A. That's the only thing we care about. We don't care about plan B. People that are successful, they go all in on everything that they do, whether it's relationships, whether it's success when it comes to business, corporate America. They're dedicating themselves, and they're just continuing to refine their methods through repetition and learning how to do things more effectively so that they can be more successful and grow, and they build a network, and they do it one person at a time, one subscriber at a time, one customer at a time. They build up a solid foundation that allows for them to continue to be successful and grow. And so if you ever want to continue to evolve and get better over time, and you're going to have to pick something, stick with it long enough, become an expert in it, and then lean on that in order to propel you into other things. It's your mentality, it's the people that you surround yourself by, and it's the fact that you don't have the endurance to last long enough to actually be successful. I'm telling you, man, most people fail Not because they're not good enough, not because they're not smart enough, but because they don't have the endurance. Happens all the time. Anyways, I'm about to go and get this, actually I prefer hot chocolate over coffee. I'm about to go pick up a hot chocolate, head back to the crib, get myself together, get my beard together, get a fresh shave, jump on a Millionaire Morning Show, and we gonna cook today. Oh yeah, it's gonna be popping. Listen, I love you guys, I appreciate you. I'm gonna kindly petition for you to do the thing that's in your best interest. Join the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. It includes the full Charleston White interview in there because I always make sure that I give my bag chasers everything first. In addition to that, if you need to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and I'm gonna make sure that you're taken care of. Okay, friends? In the meantime, make sure that you do the thing that's in your best interest. Align yourself with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. And please, stop running in the Victim Olympics. It's real. And there is a lot of people that's trying to come in first place, complaining and whining about the thing that's not in their best interest. Ain't nothing ever came to somebody that was crying and complaining about what they ain't have or what somebody ain't doing for them. I ain't never seen nobody be successful from that perspective, all right? I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.